Okay, so this is Jennifer, and I wanted to share a little bit of my experience on the Norwegian Escape 7-day cruise. Left out on May the 11th, and we debarked, I think we got off on May the 20th. And I've got a few things I was wanting to kind of go over with you guys. And anyway, here we go. I'm a little disappointed. And this is our second cruise with Norwegian. And we went on the Norwegian Epic about 3 years ago. And the reason why I took, I guess one of the reasons why I took such a break from it is that I got pregnant. So we couldn't go. And then I wanted my baby to be a little bit older so she could walk around. She could enjoy the swimming pools for the kids or the kiddie pool, and that type of thing. So, however, the first cruise we went on with them was fantastic. And I couldn't wait to go back, to be honest with you. And this cruise is kind of expensive. So, it basically took me a year to pay it off and to be able to go. And even then, I still had to be out so much money for the travel, etc. But it wasn't expensive. It's not cheap. So for me to feel dissatisfied hurts my feelings a little bit. So one of the things they changed, let me get to it, is probably should have wrote it down. But one of the things they did is they changed the gratuities. And it used to be that you had a choice. You could pay the gratuities or you could not. And they gave you a recommended amount. And you could divide it up yourself and give it to whoever you wanted to give it to, even if you prepaid it. Because our last cruise, I prepaid mine. And then they gave me these little papers with little envelopes. And you could write that person's name on them. And you basically took that to that person. And then they know that they was getting that tip. Okay. And so, and you could do it the last day. You could do it in the middle of the cruise. You could do it on the first day of the cruise. It was however you wanted to do it. This time around, they changed it. It was basically a requirement. You had to prepay that gratuity. Fantastic. Didn't bother me a bit. To me, on the Epic, it was well deserved, and we tipped more than what was required on the Epic. This one, I would have asked for my money back on my gratuities. I felt like my sheets didn't get changed, and even when I asked for them to be changed, they didn't do it. When I went to dinner, and I said, I'd like to have a soda or a pop, a Pepsi, a Coke, whatever you want to call it. They would reply, well, we have to go to the bar to get it. And I would be halfway through my dinner before I would get it. And I paid extra for the beverage package. I wanted my Coke. And I'm not in the middle of my dinner. So, with that being said, I felt like the ship was a little bit booked too much, like there was too many people on there. And because if you went to the bar, it would take forever to be able to get a drink. It sounds like I'm really picking on them, and I'm not meaning to. I just know on the Epic, it was fully booked, and we didn't have to wait. And I don't mean didn't have to wait. Waiting in line 5 minutes is one thing. Waiting in line for 15 or 20 minutes is another. So I'm not sure how to say this in any other way except that I felt like they just wasn't working as hard. And it's because they're guaranteed the tips. They're guaranteed them. So if you're guaranteed your money, no matter what you're doing, whether you are working hard or not working hard, well, most people probably won't work hard. Not meaning that mean, just saying that if I go to work tomorrow, I have to work hard all day. Because if not, I'm going to get rode up. I feel like they're not getting rode up. They have no repercussions. They have no reason to work hard because they're guaranteed their tip money. They're not just guaranteed their tip money, but they're guaranteed their income, pretty much. I do think that if you have a major complaint, you could probably go to guest services, but I wouldn't count on it. I'm just telling you. You probably ain't got a leg to stand on. They're probably going to tell you, well, we're sorry. Here's your comment card. Put their name on it and let us know that they've done bad. Okay. One of the other things I wanted to talk about is that Norwegian, not necessarily the staff, but Norwegian itself. We booked a 7:30, one of the main shows for the record, the Brat Pack. It was in the main theater, and I don't know if you can see that or not. Sorry if you can't. Anyway, 7:30. I have a 2-year-old, so they charge for the session to watch her. Now, I didn't care a bit to pay that either. It's for a session, it's an hour and 50 minutes. I'm going to round her up. I'm like, we got 2 hours. You know, we got 2 hours. It's $10 an hour is the way I was kind of looking at it. No, that's not true. Now, on that paper I just showed you, it doesn't have an ending time for the theater. I have no idea how long that show is actually going to last. So when I went in there and spoke to the daycare worker, I don't know what really to call them. It's actually called the Guppies, but it's in the Splash Academy. They have their own schedule for their sessions. So I went down. Session is 7 p.m. to 8:50 p.m. Oh, okay. 7:30 to 8:30. That's an hour. 20 extra minutes there. Show should probably be over. But I'll ask her because you have to book it. They only take so many children per session. So I said, okay, I'm going to watch the 7:30 show. Do you think I need 2 sessions? And she said, if you're not here and have her checked out by exactly 8:50, you will be charged another session. And if we are overbooked for that session, we will find you and let you come and get your child. So she said most parents who don't want to pay for a second session will leave the theater 20 minutes early and come and get their child. I booked 2 sessions. I said, okay. Well, by the second theater time, I realized they done it on purpose. Because if they'd have scheduled that session at 7:30, I would have been out and I would have only had to pay for 1 session. I'm not one to be partying at 12 o'clock at night. I'm not going to be out leaving my child in this daycare in the night sessions. I'm not doing it. We go to bed at a decent hour. Normally, by 9 o'clock here, I'm in bed. 9:30 at the latest. And so is my children. So, yes, we made an exception. It's vacation. We probably did stay up more till about 11. However, I'm not doing those late sessions. And anyway, so to pay for a second session, which was from 9 to 10:50. And there's a 10-minute gap there. So that 10-minute gap, as long as you have that second session, you're okay. But in my thought process is, if I'm there by 8:50, I'm picking her up. That's a 10-minute gap they left there for pickup time. No big deal. I got there, and a person behind me was checking their child out as I was packing my daughter's diaper bag and putting her stuff in it and etc. And he said, "No, I was here on time," is what he said, which drew my attention. And I kind of looked around at him, and he said, "No, I was here on time." And she said, "No, sir, you wasn't." He said, "Yeah, I was." He said, "I was standing right behind her." And she said, "I'm sorry, sir, but you will be charged for a second session." The man was standing in line to pick up his child, and because she scanned him out at, say, 8:53, he got charged another session. So then he said, "Well, if that's the case, you're going to charge me. You can keep her, and then I will come back and pick her back up after this session." And she said, "No, sir, we're fully booked for that session. Sorry, let me go get your child." So he got charged for a session that his child didn't even get to stay in. Now, sorry, Norwegian. That's doing people wrong. Badly. There's some other things I'd like to go over, but this video seems extra long. If you're interested in some of the other stuff that, like the laundry tips, shopping tips where you get free charm bracelets, real gold, 10 karat, and the charms, just let me know. Comment, share, subscribe to my channel. I'm new, but I have lots of things I would like to video for you guys, and lots of tips and tricks. And but anyway, thank you for watching, and like I said, like, subscribe, share my video. All right. Thank you, guys.